What if I told you that one of the most trusted exercises for building strong glutes could actually be working against your body after the age of 50? For decades, we've all heard the same advice. If you want strong hips, strong legs, and a strong backside, you need to do squats. Doctors recommend them. Trainers swear by them. Fitness magazines praise them as the gold standard for healthy aging. And to be clear, squats are not bad. They are not useless. They are not dangerous by default. This is not about blaming squats or the people who recommend them. But here's the question almost no one asks. What if squats, the way most adults over 50 actually perform them, are no longer serving the body in the way we assume they are? According to the CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in adults over 65. Harvard Health reports that as we age, our joints lose shock absorption and tolerance to compressive forces, especially in the knees, hips, and lower back. And multiple studies published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy show that hip instability, not lack of strength, is one of the strongest predictors of balance problems and chronic lower back pain in older adults. Let that sink in. Not weakness, not laziness, not lack of effort. Instability. Now, here's the part most people are never told. Most squat variations, especially the ones commonly done at home, are excellent at strengthening one muscle. The gluteus maximus. That's the large, powerful muscle that gives your backside shape and helps you stand up from a chair or climb stairs. But squats often miss a much more important muscle for people over 50. The gluteus medius. The gluteus medius is a smaller, deeper muscle on the side of your hip. Its job is not to lift heavy weight. Its job is to keep your pelvis level, stabilize your hips, and hold your body upright when you walk, turn, or stand on one leg. When this muscle is weak or inactive, your body doesn't stop moving. It simply starts compensating. Your lower back works harder. Your knees absorb more stress. Your balance quietly declines. And one day, without any clear injury, you find yourself asking, why do my hips ache when I walk? Why does my lower back get tired so quickly? Why do stairs suddenly feel heavier than they used to? Most people assume that's just aging. But what if it isn't? What if it's not your age, but what have you been training? And, more importantly, what have you been ignoring? This isn't about fear, and it's not about telling you to stop exercising. It is about something far more important. Making sure the exercises you do today actually protect your independence tomorrow. Because after 50, strength is no longer just about how much you can lift. It's about how well you can stay balanced, how effectively your hips stabilize your spine, and how confidently you move through daily life without pain or fear. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many one-size-fits-all exercise routines, including endless squats, were never designed for aging joints, aging nervous systems, or aging balance mechanisms. They were built for young bodies. That doesn't mean your body is broken. It means your body is asking for a smarter strategy. Let's be honest. Most adults over 50 aren't skipping exercise out of laziness. You walk. You stay active. Many of you even do squats. You do these things because doctors, magazines, and well-meaning trainers told you they were essential for healthy aging. And they weren't completely wrong, but they weren't completely right either, because there's one crucial factor those routines almost never consider: how the body changes after 50. Squats mainly train the gluteus maximus, but the muscle that matters most for balance, fall prevention, and joint protection is the gluteus medius. This muscle controls side-to-side stability, keeps your pelvis level while walking, and determines whether you feel steady on stairs or uneven ground. Movement without proper activation is just repetition. And repetition without stability leads to compensation. Compensation eventually leads to pain, injury, or loss of confidence. A 2020 study in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy found that weakness in the gluteus medius was a significant predictor of lower back pain in older adults. Another reviewing gait and posture showed that traditional squats can underactivate the gluteus medius by up to 50% compared to targeted, low-impact lateral hip exercises. So what happens when you rely on routines that don't adapt to your age? Your body overuses large outer muscles. Deep stabilizers shut down. Your joints carry stress your muscles should handle. You feel stiff, sore, and fatigued even when you're doing everything right. And worst of all, the decline often stays invisible until something goes wrong. You don't need to eliminate squats forever, but you do need to add movements that retrain stability, not just build power. That's why the following 4 exercises are often better than squats for people over 50, not because they re-harder butt, because they re-smarter. Number 4, sideline hip abduction. At first glance, it looks too simple to matter. You lie on your side and lift your leg. It doesn't feel intense. It doesn't burn like a squat. But effort is not the same as effectiveness. This movement directly activates the gluteus medius, muscle responsible for keeping your pelvis level. A 2019 study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy followed adults over 55 who performed this exercise 3 times per week. After 6 weeks, participants improved single leg balance by 28%, walk-in stability by 22%, and reported less lower back fatigue without lifting any weights. Number 3, posterior hip abduction. This looks similar, but a small change in leg position and foot rotation trains an entirely different stability pattern. By moving the leg slightly behind the body and rotating the toes upward, you activate deeper fibers of the gluteus medius responsible for rotational control. These fibers protect you when turning, pivoting, or recovering from slips movements squats don't prepare you for. A 2020 study in clinical biomechanics showed significant improvements in rotational hip control and reduced lateral sway in older adults using this movement. Number 2, standing hip drop and abduction. Walking is great, but walking only moves you forward. Most falls happen side. This exercise trains your pelvis to stay level on one leg, rebuilding lateral stability. Research in the American Journal of Sports Medicine shows improvements in pelvic symmetry, proprioception, and single leg control in adults over 55. Number 1, standing hip extension with external rotation. Life is rotational. You twist, reach, pivot, and step backward every day. This movement trains your hips, core, and spine to work together during those real-world moments. A 2021 study in gait and posture found improved reaction time to instability and better pelvic alignment in older adults performing this exercise. Let's step back for a moment. You did your best. You stayed active. You followed advice that told you to push harder. But what if your strength was never missing, only misdirected? After 50, real strength isn't about lifting heavier. It's about restoring the connection between your brain and your body, rebuilding stabilizers, reclaiming confidence, protecting independence. These exercises aren't flashy. They're not intense, but they are honest. And sometimes the smallest movements are the ones that keep you upright, steady, and independent for years to come. Start where you are, even if it feels small, especially if it feels small. Because one day, your future self will thank you for starting.